Hello and welcome to Fijian Airlines. This is your captain Conor Buckley speaking. We are taxiing for a flight to Minneapolis.
Hello.
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 Hello, and welcome to our group presentation for NG 4037 on the Burton case study. As we can see from the current value stream map, the percentage of value added to non-value added time is just 48.9%. The total wait time is 317 minutes in comparison to the total processing time of just 155 minutes.
As we can see from this graph, the steps with the greatest non-value added time are steps 3, 4 and 9. So step 9 is the blatant bottleneck.
As outlined in this fishbone diagram, we found that equipment was a major problem for ED staff. Examples of this problem include lack of organisation in the stockroom and lack of computers.
As outlined by the patients, lack of interaction was another major problem within the ED. Causes for this problem were, for example, regular departure from rooms to access computers and duplication of examination.
We also found that people within the ED had issues and tendencies which contributed to the overall waste in the organisation. These included a lack of leadership, a lack of organisational culture, lack of staff and resistance to technology.
We also found that wait time was one of the predominant issues within the ED, and significant causes to this included batch discharge with documentation as well as unnecessary motion.
The first process step which we have chosen to analyse and improve is process step 5, blood draw.
The 5 wastes which we encountered in process step 5 include overproduction, processing, storage, motion and transportation. Overproduction was seen with ED nurses when they took blood samples of patients even when they were not required or requested by the attending physicians. Processing, storage, motion and transportation was seen when nurses travelled to the stockroom to retrieve the equipment which they needed for blood tests. The stockroom was badly organised and thus added to the wait time.
The lack of interaction issues were seen in this step when nurses would go to the supply room and would get very frustrated with the inventory within the supply room. This would then have a knock-on effect on their interactions with patients.
In regards to improvement suggestions for process step 5, we believe that ED nurses collect blood samples only when requested by the attending physicians. We also suggest introducing supply carts, as outlined here by the blue markers outside each room.
We also recommend implementing an equipment EDI system to alert staff for regular preventative maintenance. We also recommend inventory just-in-time order delivery system. Speaking of which,
some good Fiji, isn't it?
Socially irresponsible refreshment. With regards to the analysis of our suggestion, we recommend dropping nurses' FTE from 20% to just 15% for this step. Processing time will be reduced to just 5 minutes, and utilisation will also be reduced to 55.5%. These represent massive reductions in terms of time for this step.
Our suggestions will see lower costs that are tangible and intangible. It will require greater investment from the hospital in regards to equipment maintenance, EDI implementation and the purchasing of blood testing carts. However, our suggestions do have vulnerabilities in regards to inventory, such as with forecasting averages, as there may be spikes in demand.
We chose discharge as our second step for improvement, as it is a step with the highest percentage of non-value added activities.
The main cause for this percentage of non-value activities was what we found to be batch processing. This processing waste was as a result of keeping patients within the value stream when they could have been discharged earlier.
This step was job specific. The physician was the only person able to fill the documentation, thus feeding the bottleneck.
After a quick wardrobe change, we decided to implement continuous flow processing in place of batch processing, which reduced the lead time from 108 minutes to 25 minutes.
We also suggest the removal of patients from earlier value stream where possible, as well as the upskilling of nurses so as to partake in completion of discharge documentation. In order to facilitate this, we require 5% extra of nursing FTE taken from step 5 as previously mentioned.
With regards to the analysis of our potential improvement, We acknowledge that there will be initial managerial and financial investment, such as training and legal advice.
We realise the vulnerability of our suggestions, such as the adaptation period associated with the training nurses, as this may lead to frustration, as well as the physician's loss of autonomy, as this may be seen as a threat to their role within the ED.
As a result of our improvement, we managed to increase the FTE from 0.225 to 0.275. Also, we managed to decrease the utilisation from 222% to 163.75%. All in all, we managed to decrease the total wait time from 91 minutes to just 7 minutes.
Yes.
Good job. On top of this, we've decided to allocate the extra physician FTE from step 9 to process step 4. As a result, this has reduced the waiting time from 60 minutes to 45 minutes.
As previously outlined for process step 5, there is an FTE of 0.225, a processing time of 5 minutes, and a utilisation of 55.5%. The percentage of value-added to non-value-added time for total procedures has increased 65.6%. There is a new total wait time of 218 and a total processing time of 143.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.
We've had a lot of fun today, Dr. McKellar. There's over 500,000 Fijians without regular access to clean water.
Think of the children, David.
Hey Matt.
Yeah, Tim.
Hey, you talked to Mark lately?
I haven't really talked to him, but he looks pretty down.
He looks pretty down. Yeah, well,